Be still, be calm, and wait. Hello everyone, welcome to Burnout Medicine, where we burn out burnout. It's me, Dr. V. I'm back. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the love and support. I appreciate all those who have liked, shared, and subscribed. If you haven't done so already, please do so right now. As as always, before we begin, all thoughts are my own. They do not represent any institution that I work for or have worked for. Bam. Welcome back. No, I didn't post on Monday, just in recognition of MLK Day. And today I want to talk about patience. Not the kind we take care of, the act of waiting, the act of being still. And I think this is very, very hard for us as healthcare providers because we tend to grow impatient with a lot, right? Labs can't come back quick enough, treatment can't work fast enough, staff can't move fast enough. It's this constant battle with relying on others to get work done for us when we just want to take control. And when it comes to moral injury or burnout, I think this plays a very large role in why we get to that state, is that we are not patient enough. We're not trained to wait, right? We're trained to act. We're trained to move. We're trained to make things happen, get results. That is the mentality that we leave, no matter what your training is, nursing, physician assistant, doesn't matter where you are, in medicine, that's how you're trained. And I think it causes a lot of us to become so impatient with the process and with the system that we get frustrated, we start to lash out, we start to, excuse me, we start to really portray ourselves as a control freak, right? Like we just had, if things aren't in our control, it can never get done. And that just adds on to the stress, adds on to the burden of, what we do as healthcare providers, and then ultimately puts you in a position where now you're not working within a team network, you're now working as your own and just being a dictator at that point, and then that kind of snowballs into you being isolated, not having those people around you to really support you, uplift you, and encourage you, because you're breeding an atmosphere of feeling rushed, of feeling judged, of just not a safe environment for growth and development. And we have to be strategic about how we use our patience, because I think we tend to think of the word patience as a passive term, right? Someone just waiting. When you think of patience, you think of just someone sitting by the river, sitting by the lake, excuse me, waiting for the fish to bite. That's it. You're just sitting there. When really it's an active term, right? It's an action. It's something that you do. Going back to the anecdote I was just talking about with the person at the lake or river, throwing, just waiting for a fish to, bite on its rod. That fisherman had to cast the reel, had to load the bait, had to pick the right spot, right? And now he's actively waiting to allow his labor that he just did to bear forth fruit, similar to a farmer when he plants seeds, right? Waiting for your harvest to come is not a passive thing. You've put in work to get to that point so that you can see what you've planted grow. And that's the mentality that we have to take when we use patience, is we're actively awaiting on our harvest. We're actively awaiting the fruits of our labor. And there's three ways, in my opinion, that we can go ahead and recognize how to utilize our patience. The first thing that we need to consider is, what is the urgency of the situation, right? Is this an emergency? Is this something that can wait a few days, few weeks, few years? Whether that's your personal life, professional life, physical well-being, mental well-being, is really thinking about and considering, how quickly do I need to reach said goal, or how quickly do I need to get said result? Because if this is something that, let's say, for example, again, classic example, losing weight, is this, if this is a goal that's going to be a 6-month goal, let's say, for example, I want to reach X weight, then there's no reason to try to lose it all in one day, right? There's not that sense of urgency. That deadline isn't around the corner. And even if it was, you're not going to go ahead and drop 50 pounds in one day, at least not in a healthy way. So it's really considering what the urgency is. That way you can allow yourself to say, you know what, I'm making forward progress. I need to be patient on the results, because my end goal hasn't even, my end date to reach this goal has not even come yet. I have time. Take your time, because that moment when you start to rush things is actually when you start to take steps backwards, and that just adds on to the frustration that you feel. Second thing we need to consider is, what is and what isn't in your control. Like I said, we're trained to get results, really grab the bull by the horns, so to speak, right? Just like my shirt is, grab the bull by the horns and really rein in a situation, when really there are things that are going to be out of our control. And those things that are out of our control, we have to allow those things to work for us to get us to where we need to get to. Take, for example, when you order a package off of Amazon or any other website. Can you control when the package arrives to your doorstep? Can you control what route the driver is going to take in order to get to your home or place of business in an efficient manner? The answer is no. The answer is no. You have to wait on that person. You have to be still, be calm, and know that, okay, I've started a chain of events, and now I have to allow this thing to come to me so I can seize the opportunity when it arrives, right? When you're patient, you can be at the ready to go ahead and move forward and respond to the opportunity that gets presented for you. When you're impatient, running around doing this, that, and the third, arguing over the phone with representatives or whatever, guess what? You're going to miss your package that just came to your front door. You're going to miss that timing. If you just be still and wait, you've done the work, right? You've done the work. Now it's time for you to wait so you can seize the opportunity when it arrives. If you're not waiting, guess what's going to happen? You're going to miss that opportunity. And the final thing, excuse me, that we need to consider is that patience is an active term. We need to stop treating it as something passive, as something that only people who are not go-getters do, right? Losers, that's the only thing that losers do. They just wait all the time. When really, even in the midst of your work, you can exercise patience. Even in the midst of going towards your goal, you can exercise patience, because when your actions are not rushed, when your actions are deliberate, precise, that is exercising a form of patience, because those results aren't going to come quicker if you move quicker necessarily, or if you overwork yourself. It will come at the pace, at the work that you're doing. And when we take those three things into consideration, right? Going ahead and recognizing what is in your control, what is the sense of urgency, what's the timing or deadline, and then recognizing that this is an active term, that even in the midst of you doing things, working, exercise patience in your work. If we went ahead and did those things, right, change our mindset to really enact those principles, We can then be working how well we wait in certain situations, which then can allow us to find peace in whatever it is that we're trying to do. Whether that's work, whether that's at home with the family, raising kids, whatever the case may be. Really analyzing the situation and understanding that your results are not going to come immediately when you want to. It's going to require you to wait, be still, be calm, and allow the labor that you put forth to bring forth results. Hope this was helpful for you. I'm posting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and clearly I'm not posting during the holidays, in respect for the holidays. But thank you all again for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave comments in the comments below. What do you think? Is patience an active term? Is it more passive? Should we be more patient? Should we be less patient? I don't know. Let me know. Otherwise, I love you all. Thank you all for the support, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.